Hi, Daniel here. Today I'm starting a 30-day challenge without any alcohol. I actually been doing this since yesterday because the day before that was the last party of this summer. But I'm gonna do the challenge till exactly the September the 30th. There is many reasons why I wanted to do this, which will I go into detail later, but one of them is because I think my anxiety levels peak when I become very hungover. So the two things I will be very curious about is how my anxiety will react to the challenge. Will it become better, and how much better will it become? And the second is how can someone who basically works in the music industry as a musician, where is a lot of alcohol during concerts or before and after that or on tours, can manage a challenge like this for 30 days, and if someone could completely rule out alcohol in his or her life. So the challenge truly starts now. Today is the 1st of September. Yesterday I started practicing a lot on bass guitar, and I'm gonna continue practicing 2 or 3 hours a day. I measured my weight to see if it will change by the end of this month, then did some yoga, and I'm gonna try working out every day. Today there's gonna be an after party after the school's year opener in a bar, so this is going to be my first interaction with alcohol in this month. Hopefully, I won't get tempted that much, or this is going to be a very short video. So I'm through the first weekend. We did the first weekend without any alcohol. It was interesting. Well, part of it. It wasn't as hard as I expected, but I already made some very interesting realizations. On Tuesday, there was the school's year opener party at a bar here in Budapest. I wasn't in the best mood when I got there, and I thought if this Soberman wouldn't be, I would really want to drink a beer right now, and it would calm me down or something. So after 15 minutes of standing in the line, I ordered a Coke, much for the bartender's surprise. And then I started drink. Then I started to drink the Coke, and then I started talking with my friends, and I realized I'm already much calmer. It wasn't really the beer or the alcohol that it was calming me down. It was, being with my friend and talking to them. It's all in your head that the beer would calm you down. On Wednesday, I was at a talent show where I was one of the jury member. Every member of the jury had 5 free beers and 2 free shots. Disappointing, I know. After that, we went to this year's beer festival here in Budapest. Of course, it has to be in this month. However, I wouldn't have drank there anything because the glass from which we would drink cost like 2,000 forints, and I think it's a bit steep for that, just for the glass. Anyway, I didn't really feel like drinking beer all day. On the plus side, because I didn't drink anything, I didn't have any hangover, and on the next day, so we went to the top of the Gellert Hedge with my girlfriend, and then we went to the cinema. So Thursday was well spent. On Saturday, I had the first concert where I wouldn't drink. It was on a birthday. Somebody ordered a band to play for the celebrated man. Of course, every booze was free there, but I didn't have any problem refusing any drinks. I just kept saying I don't drink any alcohol right now. It wasn't a problem until that night when we went to one of my favorite bars in the city. There, many people wanted to offer me a drink or a shot, and I just kept refusing. And I really did want it to be part of the party or, you know, to drink something. But I was, and I'm still very committed to this challenge, so I didn't want to ruin it on the sixth day. I've been doing some research about how alcohol affects our brain and how it affects the serotonin's role in our brain. Serotonin is an important chemical that is basically makes you feel well in your body and in your mind. It's it it basically it's important on the role of your overall well-being. It's also important that you do not feel anxious and do not feel depressed. Low serotonin levels actually makes you much more anxious. So with me, when I'm feeling anxious, I have much lower I have much lower serotonin levels, and the problem is that on a short term, alcohol actually increases the amount of serotonin in your system, but that's why people can get addicted to it. Depressed people can get addicted to it because they believe that they basically drinking liquid happiness or liquid well-being, but on a long term it actually decreases the function, how the brain cells can communicate well with each other, and with that the serotonin's production decreases, and that is very dangerous. Some people can get much more anxious or much more panic attack. That's why it's important to minimize the alcohol that anxious and depressed people get into their system, and basically just rule out all of it. So it's been another week. I'm outside on my balcony. It's a nice day today. Last week was pretty hard actually. I had a lot of time, but I felt like I could drink, or I should drink, to get myself calmer, but I'm over the half point now, I guess, and I really don't want to disappoint myself and fail now. I want to do this till the end of this month. Last week was hard. Like, if I could choose any day, that would be the worst day in the entire year. But still, no drinks yet. It's getting easier to not drink on shows. Like, people ask me much less, and new people that just know me now, they don't even want to get into it, that why I don't drink. I just say I don't. So it's getting pretty easy actually. Today is the 24th of September. I guess there's 1 week left of this alcohol-free month. And now I'm going to my best friend's bachelor party. And the next time I'll be drinking alcohol is on this best friend's wedding. It will be very interesting how I can manage this party without drinking any alcohol. I don't know, but I really don't want to, because now I feel like I would just disappoint myself, because I'm so close to the end of this month. We'll see. I finished the 1 month no alcohol sobriety today. I didn't have time to make a bigger video, but I'm going to definitely. However, I am going to have a few drinks today with my friends and with my girlfriend. So after that, maybe I can talk about how the first drinking was different than before the 1 month sobriety. Today is October the 6th. I finally have time to sit down and give a general opinion about what was this one alcohol-free sober month for me. In the beginning, I had two main reasons I wanted to do this. First, I wanted to see how did it affect my anxiety, and the second was how hard is it going to be to not drink during concerts, because I almost have had, and also I also almost had concerts during every weekend. Some of them were like both Friday and Saturday. And I also went to a bachelor party or some parties where I couldn't drink, and I wanted to see how difficult will it be for me to do this, because in our life, musician's life, and during concerts there are the alcohol and the performance almost all the time, or at least many times, it goes side by side, hand to hand, and it's pretty difficult to differentiate between the two sometimes. Anyway, I did 5 questions that generalized the whole month, and the first one was, how did it affect my anxiety? Well, of course, without any hangover or any hungover day, I had almost no anxiety during the next day. Maybe only if I was a little tired, but even that, no, I generally didn't had any anxiety. Of course, never had any anxiety or something like this. I never felt bad. My head never hurt. My stomach didn't ache, or I never felt like I need to vomit or something the next day. It's pretty good, ruling out the whole hangover thing. It's pretty good to let that go. The only anxiety or stressful moment I had was a bachelor party. I didn't drink there. That was a bit hard actually, because it was a special occasion, and On the first 2 hours, I really wanted to drink something, but then I forgot about it and just went with the flow, and so everybody get drunk, and it was pretty fun that way. But we were up partying to like 6 in the morning, and I was so tired that I kind of felt a little bit stressed and a little bit of anxiety because I was really tired. Still, it was a pretty good party actually, so I don't mind that I couldn't drink anything there. It was pretty good that way too. Another thing about the anxiety is that it didn't completely went away just because I stopped drinking. It's an ongoing battle, with your anxiety that you can never forget. So you also have to do a lot of other stuff like my regular morning routines or meditation, doing yoga or some other things that because the school year just began, it was pretty hard for me to get around doing also that every day. So I definitely felt better, don't get me wrong, but I need to do a little bit more. I need to work on it a little bit more in order to completely rule out the anxiety or the fear from it. But I generally had an upbeat, happier mood all the time. Second question was, how hard was it to not drink during concerts? And by this I mean I went to 2 concerts just as a listener, and the rest was during my concerts. And both of them first was pretty hard. 2 things I realized. One of them is that when I'm going to as a guest and seeing somebody perform, it's just like a party. Like at first I kind of want to drink with them or have a drink with them, but then I just forget about it and it's okay. The second, and it's a really big thing, that during my concerts I realize I much rather would perform when I'm sober. It's so much better when you are not drunk actually. And one of the reasons why this is because I actually sometimes get paid for it, and getting paid for something where you perform good it actually feels better, so it's kind of like, not drinking on a job or something a little bit, and not to perform when you have a hangover or something. That is another big thing that I realized. I actually don't need to drink in order to perform well, because either I earn my money much better, or our band or the band gets money for a good performance where everybody was playing well. Were there any other benefits? Yes, there were several actually. Somebody mentioned, some people, that my skin condition actually got better, which is, I guess, pretty nice. I have lost some weight, however I didn't work out a lot, so and I still ate pretty badly, so I only lost like a few kilograms. But definitely it's easier to lose some pounds or weight if you are not drinking. The alcohol does give you much more weight. I saved a lot of money, which is really good. I never lost time. I built every day around that I need to practice at least 3 hours, 2 minimum if there is something on that day, or I need to go to school or something, or I have to be somewhere. But at least 2, but preferably 3 hours I have to practice, and I could practice at least 3 hours almost every day. No day was lost because of the anxiety or the hangover. Because it is October the 6th, and I think I mentioned that on October the 1st I went to see some of my friends, and we did drink some beer and did some shots, and it was okay, I guess. Like, it was at first, like, it was a nice party, and that kind of felt good, for my mood. And I didn't really have any hangover the next day, but I then went to a wedding. I knew I definitely want to drink there because, it was a very special occasion for my friend and for us, and it was a very cheerful moment. So we did get really, really stupid drunk, actually. The next day, it was really bad. Like, all of the bad hangover, all of the anxiety, the shaking, the bad mood just was there again, just got back again, and I kind of felt bad that I did some really bad heavy drinking the day before on the party, so it was probably that was the main cause of it. But it kind of felt, for my even for my mood as well, kind of felt bad that it's here again. The whole hangover and the anxiety. I didn't want it in the first place. I even had to puke in the bus, which was pretty sad. And the last question was, will I plan doing another sober month? Yes, actually, but my general plan is to drink a lot less altogether. I'm almost never going to drink before concerts. Maybe after a show or something. I'm really going to try not to drink before a show, because it's much more better if I can perform sober altogether. And yes, I do plan on doing another sober month, like 1 or 2 months during a year, maybe one of them in January or February, during the first part of the year, and then get my body ready for the summer, or the summer concerts, and I don't know, maybe another one in the next half of the year. So my whole attitude changed towards alcohol. My relationship with alcohol changed altogether. I do not fear that I need to drink, and I do not fear to pass on drinking. Actually, it's altogether about my decision if I want to drink on a party or on a concert, and after a concert, and it feels good to have that control back. If anyone is thinking about such a thing, like taking up a sober month or something, I definitely would recommend it just for that, so you could understand your relationship with alcohol and with heavy drinking. And thank you very much for watching my whole journey through this month, and hope to see you next video.